Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I said good morning. What? I said good morning. Yeah, I said good morning. Good morning to you. It's time for us to have a love morning, and that's what we do. It's time for us to have a love morning. Grab some cereal or some stew. Now, what's the difference between cereal and stew? Is it just that there is milk? And what's the difference between a fancy dress if there's suit with the silk? I don't really know if I'm making a song because I can't ask you to sing along. And it's a morning of love and it's a gratitude. And if we're all getting together, it'll lift our mood because we got love morning, shoo-itty doo. We got love morning, shoo-itty doo. We got love morning, shoo-itty doo. Love morning with you. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. And it is time to connect. Have a little moment of connection, a little reminder of gratitude, a little reminder of the option today to be kind and to be connecting. If you're here, say hello. Hello, Gerbat. Good morning. And good morning, Pierre. Oh, how wonderful to have this day starting with you guys already. You know, the Love Morning focuses connection, kindness, gratitude, but I am really focusing lately on presence and awareness. I don't know if I even have it nearby. I got this book in the mail. I did not order it, but it came in the mail. Self-Observation by Red Hawk. I'm really enjoying it. Seems very dialed into where I'm at right now. And so I brought it to the park yesterday. Actually, let me take a step back. First, let me just say welcome, Steve. Good morning. If anyone's here, please say hello so we can see you and say hello to you. If you got something you're grateful for, I'm grateful for a string of experiences yesterday. So I am really focused on this chapter of growth. I'm now, a relationship ended, and I was heartbroken for a week. You might remember that. That was not too long ago. And now I am 16 days sober, and I saw my new therapist yesterday. So I have two therapists that I go to now. One is not local, so it's it's a little, I don't have quite the set. I felt like I needed more. Yeah, my first therapist, it was kind of like, sure, I should be in therapy. Now I feel like I need to be in therapy. And so I saw for the first time yesterday, our first face-to-face visit. And man, God bless Zoom, but for me, the benefit of an in-person therapy is significant. I wish that wasn't the case because I do look. I mean, hey, and maybe that's a lesson. Maybe that's a huge lesson for me. Zoom is not the same. Because I spend a lot of time connecting through webcam. I have for a long time, and maybe I need to embrace that and also recognize that I want to be more in person with people. In this setting, maybe I should start doing Love Morning live and do it from the park. And people, if they're local, they can come join me in the park. I don't know, but that's not where I was going with this. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, everyone. If you're here, say hello. We can welcome you to this day, to this gathering. So I went to first of all, I'm doing my morning routine. I wake up with affirmations of my own voice, and just like in bed, I hit play and I listen to them as I'm groggy and even falling in and out of sleep because I'm told that's okay. You want to reprogram at the subconscious level. So I'm listening to these I am statements, affirmations. Then I get up and I do this step 1 of this Joe Dispenza meditation from a book I'm reading. And then I'm doing my physical therapy, which I'm doing physical therapy. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But what I'm saying is I'm doing a morning routine pretty well, and then I'm doing some writing each morning. But I went to therapy, and it was so strange because on my phone, I mapped to her office. And then during therapy, she gave me I go, any homework assignment? She goes, no, I want to just say just be, but how about be curious, go explore, be like a child. And at some point during our session, she mentioned, we're right here by Balboa Park. You can go look at a tree and which is similar to, and I went to this life attunement that I'd mentioned this, and one of his main assignments to me was like, you need to have like artist dates. You need to go by yourself and be curious in the world. So I'm like, okay, this is loud and clear. Multiple separate professionals and for very different modalities are saying this is what I need to be doing. So I was considering going to the park, and I vaguely remember this one place in the park that I really I really love is like lush and big and shadowy and big trees and I kind of knew where it was. I didn't quite remember where it was, and I get into my phone and it's Balboa Park is in my phone for the maps, Google Maps. I'm like, I didn't type Google. I didn't type Balboa Park. The last thing I put in here was my therapist's office. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to Balboa Park. And so I drove there and I just said, I'm going to follow it to whatever point it says. But on the way to that point, it drove me past the place that I wanted to go, that I had in my head, the tree that I wanted to go to. So drove until I found a parking place, and there was a part of my mind that was like, oh, there's no parking. We'll just drive through the park. And I was like, I think that's not the part of my voice that I should be listening to right now. And so I parked, found a place, and sat. There was a bench right by the tree, and sat by this huge, beautiful tree. And I read for a while. I did take some video and pictures, and I posted that on Instagram. So I was like, am I messing with the whole thought? Like self-observation is all about just like noticing your patterns and observing, and how we're just it's so difficult. We're so stuck in the mechanical, robotic actions that we don't even know it. And so I did fall into some robotic things, and even looking back, I can think of like things that I was thinking of self-consciousness, and I could have been more curious. Like I might go back today. Oh wait, no, I'm having lunch with my mom. That's good too. I invited my mom to lunch, but so I sat by this tree and it was wonderful, and read this book. I haven't been doing a lot of physical reading, so it was nice to actually sit and read a book and not listen to it, and stayed there for a while. And I'm grateful for this direction from healers. They're trying to help me, giving me some advice. I'm grateful that I'm in a place where I'm receptive enough to just listen, and receptive enough to the voice inside that was like, go to the park. I often feel like the nature of San Diego, the dryness of it, it doesn't fill me up that much. But this nature with this big tree and the coolness of the shade, I really like that. So grateful that it all worked out perfectly. If you are here and would like to share some gratitude, would love to hear from you. It is Thursday already. Oh my G. So I encourage everyone as you go through this day, whatever is ahead of you, look for the opportunities to connect. I did that a little bit yesterday. I think, I'm actually, as I walked by some people and I was like, hello, and I was not super outgoing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to honor presence over connection, which is a little bit of a detour from Love Mornings. I'm still going to try to be a connecting person, still going to be a love ambassador, but I am shifting a little bit of my focus from outward to inward in this chapter and trying to be aware of, like, I may continue to do these broadcasts as a way of connecting to whoever wants to show up and processing my thoughts, but I'm trying to reduce the script, the pressure, the need, the programming that I have of like share online, get feedback, share online, get feedback. Because one of the things that I'm working through with therapy and reading everything is trying to recognize the, the need for it, that, and I want to generate my peace, my self-worth from here, from inside. And then I can be, I think in a big way I am that, but I think that social media does tend to, it's scientifically designed to make us hungry for likes and feedback and positive comments and things like that. So I'm actively trying to witness it in myself, witness the desires, and then seeing if I can change habits. And sometimes I'm doing great. All day yesterday I was really in the zone and feeling very aware. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some food now. And I just like went into a trance and just ate way too much food. I probably should be eating more throughout the day, but I had a huge meal. Now, in my defense, or I didn't continue eating for the rest of the night, which sometimes I do. It's a similar pattern that I sometimes have with intoxication. Start getting intoxicated, stay intoxicated. And sometimes I start eating and then just keep, as long as I stay full. And as soon as I start to like, oh, there's more room, I can eat some more. And then I eat some more. Yeah, I love that taste. Sweet stuff. Yummy. Salty, sweet, crunchy. That immediate spike. So I'm trying to stay in a state of awareness so that I can go, what do I want? I desire that spike. On the other side of that spike, what am I going to want? Something else. So maybe I should just sit with this. Do you hear my stomach right there? Sit with this. All right. Speaking of desires, I am desiring to empty my bladder. So you can see me like moving around in my chair a lot. That's my too much tea this morning dance. Well, not sure if people are tight-lipped or not. Oh, we have a small gathering today, so that's why there's just not a lot of talking. But good morning, Lisa. Lisa is grateful to be here, holding space for me. Thanks, Lisa. I had a wonderful experience this morning where I made a list of who is on Team John as I am going through this, and I listed, professionals that I'm working with, friends that I'm working with, medical professionals, counseling professionals. I listed friends. I listed friends that I don't see that much, but I know they got my back. I mentioned communities and people in the communities. So thank you for being on Team John. I'm just going to sign you up. There's no responsibilities. You just, in my mind, I know I've got a Team John Healing. So thank you for being on that team, Steve and Beth and Lisa and Tara and Gerbot and Pierre. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Tara's is grateful for small victories and for love mornings. Yay! Well, me too. Well, let's have a hug and go off into our days and spread the love in our hearts. Hi, Beth. Thank you. Okay. Wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze. And have that gratitude for this moment. Knowing that people got our backs. Knowing that we are midway on the journey. And whatever is now will pass, good or bad. So let's be grateful for the presence of this moment that we shared together. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for our gratitude gathering. Love morning and Hug Nation. I love you. Lisa throwing in is grateful that Nick is fixing the heater so we can turn it on and be safe in our home. That's a big one. I'm grateful for that too. And Pierre is grateful for being in love. Grateful for having support as I navigate unexpected bumps in the road and for being on Team John. Oh, I love you, Pierre. Thank you. So happy to see you happy. Thanks, everybody. Happy Thursday.